Hello, this is Elwood EQ, and welcome to Killin' and Chillin' on my Shaman, way slow, his trusty wolf companion, frost wolf companion Elwood, and his buddy Bubba. I'm your host, Elwood EQ, and we're going to do some killing. That's pretty much the size of it. And here we go. And yes, I'm sort of modern soloing this Shaman. I only have one account. And you can get by in EverQuest these days with one account. It'll be a bit limited, but I'm in a decent guild. We group pretty regularly, and we even have some low-level raids that a lot of people like to do, but I don't really participate in myself, but I enjoy it. They put them on stream, and I enjoy watching them. And I bug them in chat and stuff and try to crack a joke here and there. I like the group game, and I'll do missions and things like that, and any kind of raid gear I might be lucky enough to get usually comes in the form of ultra rare drops. Since I'm on the FV server, it is still possible to actually buy raid gear over the bazaar even, but it's not going to be the current raid gear. It'll be like at least one, maybe two X packs, past. But because it is raid gear, perfectly viable for the group game for sure. But as a general rule, I pretty much stay content with T3 level gear, which is the crafted gear. In the modern game, the crafted gear is better than anything that's going to drop off of the rare creatures and what you'll get in missions. But they'll drop components to make the crafted gear, which is the best group gear, basically. So, in case you're kind of wondering about how the levels of gear are at the higher levels of the game, if you haven't played for a long time, or whatever the case. But I've really grown very fond of my Shaman here. I played other characters you may be aware of. The Ranger I played on my channel a good amount, and my Necro for a long time too. But I like the fact, since I'm in a good guild here on FV, that the Shaman is solo capable while at the same time being very valuable in groups. The Shaman, in case you haven't played for a very, very long time, has become a very viable, and many people would argue it's basically the best group healer in the game when you combine the heals they do with also their buffs they give and everything. So there's that. So here I am. I think this video, I said it before in the last one, I didn't do it, and I'm sorry, but I think I did anyway. I'm going to try to get some of that generic music that might fit my vibe for these things, just off the YouTube stuff, the studio YouTube stuff that you can put in there, so, you can add the generic kind of music and stuff. I'll try not to pick something annoying. Something, this is kind of a cool vibe, just kind of chill, killing and chilling, so I'll try to, pick something that's just kind of chill in nature also. can't pick anything that's copyrighted, obviously. I mean, I'm not monetized anyway, so I don't know. But I'd rather not raise alarm bell. I want the hassle. The second this channel becomes a hassle is the second I stop putting up anything. I just do this for fun. So I just don't want the hassle. I have no delusions of the channel becoming something I could use to make a living on or anything like that. Not to disparage people that do that and have either do it or have aspirations for that, but again, it's kind of not my thing. It's okay. It's just a hobby. And here we are. See if we run across something exciting. I didn't set my timer as per my... I'm going to set it now. I want to keep these episodes close to about 30 minutes if I can, but I'll set this for 25 because I've been going a little bit. Set a timer on my phone, so try to keep me honest. I'm going to provide decent background to people for a while, maybe during lunch at work or whenever you want to grab a half hour of free time. If you don't have time to really play, but you're jonesing for a little EQ fix, maybe something like this is, kind of chill, Maybe you're kind of like me and you just like to play the game to just kind of chill on too, Not everybody is super aspirational anymore, especially at our age, to get, big raid gear and put all kinds of extra efforts and have it dominate your thoughts, and strategize and when you're going to be able to do this and that. And, that was stuff for me anyway. That was stuff from my younger days. And even in my younger days, I never really raided. So... So I probably play this game during the week about, in my circumstance, about 3 hours a day. That might be, actually, you could probably say it's a little more than that. But that's mainly because I'm in a unique situation, even for somebody my age a little bit. And I'm home a lot. And I can kind of work it in. I don't do it all at once. I do like an hour, maybe two at a time. And then take a break for a while. Be productive. Come back 3 or 4 hours later. Play a little bit more. Log. Productive for a while. Then sometime in the evening kind of log on for maybe an hour or two more. And then that's it. So actually it could be up to about 6 hours a day actually. Which actually sounds a little crazy now that I say it out loud, so maybe I should cut back. We'll see. If it becomes a problem, I will. So far, it has not been a problem for me. For real life stuff. And I enjoy it, so I do it. A little out of rhythm on this guy here, but it'll be fine. And again, that annoying sound you might hear might ruin might ruin the chillness for you a little bit, but it's how I know to recast my sort of medium-sized, or my poison and curse dots again, because I got them in a macro, and the poison dot has a second layered dot that goes off, and you can have the first version of that same dot going at the same time. So I stack it, so it helps the kill be a little bit more efficient and go by a little quicker. And while you don't want to rush too much on a shaman, you also don't want to take like a half hour to kill something either. So shamans are not known for their DPS speed, that's for sure, and that's okay. I like my shaman because of the grouping aspect of it. Being a healer for a group appeals to me. And I mainly just group on the streams that our guild does on the weekends, but depending on the time of year and what's kind of going on in real life, I can group a little bit more, like in the evenings during the week sometimes. It just depends on what's going on, also with other people too. So just how that goes. For those that aren't really aware of it, maybe I'll sprinkle in a tip here and there. If you hit your Alt, for me on the Apple it's the Command button on the keyboard, but for Windows it's the Alt button. You press that and you see all the names of the spells and everything, and abilities and buffs up there in the upper right hand corner and everything. You do that, and then when you hit your number that's on your hotbar, it will correspond straight up with the spell that's on the off to the left on the spell bar there. So if you get a fizzle on a dot, if I fizzle a dot, I'll just when the macro is done, then I'll just go ahead and recast using that method the dot that fizzled. When I notice it, I usually notice it unless I'm too distracted. I'm going to go ahead and use spiritual channeling here so I don't have to stop playing. That's also the great thing about my shaman here and playing my shaman the way I do, is as long as I pay attention to my mana a little bit, I've got the canny and the spiritual channeling abilities that basically, when I'm soloing trash anyway, I can go non-stop. I don't have to ever stop at all. Not one bit. Do not have to stop unless I need to redo buffs or something like that. Isn't that nice? He just stopped right in front of me. These big guys here are placeholders for a rare mob that it's easy, I've killed several times on my shaman. Solo, as you can do it. It's not exciting and it takes a little while, but it's definitely doable. And I'm not done with all my AAs yet, so that's once I've got all my AAs filled in for my max level, I will figure out some other way to spend my time, I guess, or I'll probably just keep doing this just to gather up stuff to sell and stuff like that. Probably switch spots a little bit more when I do it, instead of just staying in the same spot like this. But I'm a creature of habit and I'm a grinder. I like to stay in one spot until it kind of dries up for me, either because I finally get a little bored of it, or I just feel like there's a need to maybe get like a special item to drop from a different rare or something. Right now, it's mostly about just getting all the AAs filled in. I've never done that on a Shaman before, and I think they say that the Shaman has the most AA points you have to spend to get it to max than any other class in the game, which, yeah, that's that's a lot of grinding. So, you know. The mage I play on stream on Sunday, so it's kind of my solo character, but because of the makeup of the Sunday group, they don't really need a healer per se, so it's pretty nice to try to at least keep up my solo character in progression within a group. My mage could do it on his own. It's just a little nicer to do it in a group, especially the partisan quests. I hate doing those. I just don't like doing them. So when you share in the misery with somebody else, it helps. So I don't know of a lot of people that like to do them very much. What side is he on? Damn it. Come on, Bubba. What up? I got all the Merc A's on the tank Merc. So when you get your tank Mercs up and you have the current Merc gear on them also, which I do also on this guy, as you can see, I mean, if you've seen some of the other videos I've had on the Shaman, I mean, I'm healing him. So, I mean, a player healer versus the Merc healer is always a better healer, or capable of being a better healer than the Mercs. So yeah, I can keep my Merc up even killing rares on the tier 1 level anyway. Okay, in this X pack that would be the Scarred Grove and the Candlemaker's Zone. Candlemaker's something or other. I forget the full name of it. Everybody just calls it Candlemakers, so I'll probably switch over there after I get my A's done. I'll go into that zone and find a rare I can camp for my chilling and killing. So I put my heal over time and my wave heal when I hear that sound. And then, oops. See, I just fizzled on that poison. So I'm just going to let it run. And the next two casts, that's the second cast, which is a curse. And this is the second curse. And then I'll hit my Alt button and number 4 for the poison spell, dot, and boom, it's on there. Got some battle spam on my let me see if I can help them here. Somehow I made my tune appear small on my screen, not the shrink spell. I've no idea how I did it, and would know how I can fix it. That's pretty involved. I'm not going to do that while I'm recording here. So I might get back with them. I do not know that person in our guild. It might be an alt of somebody. I'm horrible with fancy names and remembering them unless I game with them on a regular basis. I don't know who's who until I've played with them, several times in a row. It took me a while to get. There's a guy that goes by the handle Zorgo, who has his own channel too, by the way. Zorgo Knox. Look him up. He does some pretty good stuff. He's a good guy. But I used to get him confused with another guy who played a character named Hackrell quite a lot. Because to me, their voices sound so similar. I don't think it's just me, but it just took me a while to really get used to hearing the very minor difference that they have in their voices to to be able to kind of, you know, separate them out. Because we use Discord and stuff, or the voice stuff and everything, and I don't have when I do Discord, it's in a different part of, it's in a different screen. See, I have one monitor here on my iMac, right? I'll show the other one, and I just hit Control and the right arrow, and right here I do Discord right here, and I'll have that going, right? So it's an Apple, but I like Linux too, so it's just a different, background wallpaper. So I know if I'm on my first screen or my second one. So sometimes I'll leave it on the second screen. If it's got the same wallpaper, then I don't notice it for a while and I get confused. I'm old and I get confused easy. I do feel the pressure of speech here. That's why I want to get that canned or generic music on my videos so that I don't feel the pressure to just babble on all the time. That could be, my wife tells me that can be a little annoying sometimes. So I'm sensitive to people's annoyances, even though most of the time I end up being the source of such annoyances. I've been married for over 30 years, and I know what I'm doing. To stay married anyway. Didn't even know it was a thing myself. It's pretty annoying. Somebody must have fixed this problem for him. Or her. I don't know. I have no idea. It's a masculine or feminine name they picked for their... Oh, looks like I'm missing... Am I missing something? No, okay. I got all my dots on there. Candy. Candy doesn't keep up completely with the cost of mana for the stuff to kill a rare, but you can kill, at least I can kill several down, and basically my threshold is after I candy, if it gets up and it doesn't get up to at least the 50% mark, then I'll look down, I check to see if spiritual channeling is up, and then I'll hit that. And it usually times out pretty good, so that I never have to stop. And the cost of the focus AAs for me, which is what I'm working on, I'll line those up. Those are just junk ones. I don't do crafting, so I'll fill those in just to fill in, but whatever. Focus AAs, I got a lot done, but as you can see, it's slow going because it's 130 for one to get one rank of the stuff here. I haven't filled these in yet, but I don't have a huge need for those. So, 130 AAs a pop when you're just grinding on mobs. If you want to know how long it takes to get 130 AAs, I would say the amount of time I'm gaming in the game during the week, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours during the week each day. which it really is a lot, isn't it? But I'm able to get 2 ranks of those focus A's done. Within that time a lot, and plus get a little extra. So I'd imagine you could probably do the math and say it's approximately 2 hours per 130 points when I'm soloing this Shaman the way I do it. And that second curse spell fizzled again. Slightly annoying. So you can see that candy, man. That candy just keeps you up there pretty good. And depending on how much of a delay is between each pull, you don't have to use spiritual channeling for a good while. It'll be refreshed up for a good while, and sometimes I'll just use it just to use it. Just to have a little buffer to be able to get up to total max level, max mana for a while, you know. I don't know what that green stuff, the war caller, casts once in a while. But whatever it is, I'm healing through it. So it matters not. Looks like we got a little over 4 minutes left before I have to say my goodbyes and stuff. And so I do have a question for people. So after this mob, I'll ask it real quick here. Just to get opinion on something that I feel is a little crazy for a priest class to have, but I'm thankful for it. And it's probably done intentionally because of I think this is kind of the method of soloing that they intend the shaman to be capable of, is really kind of having to melee, if you're, well, like for current content anyway. So let me just kind of sit chill here. So the thing I'm talking about are the skills for double attack. You can see that that because of the AAs I have an AA that helps you get above, you know, allows you to reach this high. But this, and I have it maxed here, you can see for double attack is 700. I've asked around at the guild of like different tank classes and stuff, and it's like, what's your max for like double attack? And theirs is always a considerable amount lower. I mean a lot lower, way a lot. And I've checked on like on my Ranger when I've had his maxed, and it was like half of this or something. I mean, it was really, really low. So, and when you got that, you know, with the rabid bear going, which, you know, because this refreshes, you know, it's a 12-minute downtime, but it lasts for, I think was it 4 or 5 minutes. So you can keep it up. I think it works out to be about I can have it up, and it's only really down because I cast it whenever it's on a refresh. It's only down for about 7.5 minutes. I don't know, I haven't really paid super close attention, but it's up a lot. I'm going to while I'm talking, I'm going to just go ahead and rebuff here. I'm going to do my regen here. Nothing, I'm out of range of anything that's going to come at me. Watch something jump me now. I've learned to keep my pet G-hold off so that if I get attacked, my pet jumps right on it. I've kind of adopted that philosophy per some recommendations, a system that some other people in our guild have. And it seems to work as long as you use regroup to pull your pet back if you need to. Gives you time to react if something unexpected hits you and your pet wasn't active doing anything. Right? So I don't use my pet to attack when I'm in groups. I keep it as sort of my bodyguard. So I skip this pet attack spell, which also has Spirit Call and Rabid Bear in this at macro, but you know, I'm the main healer. That's my job, is to heal when I'm in a group, so that's what I'm going to do. Be mostly concerned about that and buffing the group, so, you know, slowing the mobs. Occasionally, depending on what we're doing, I'll melee and stuff, and I'll switch to the two-hander. When I'm in groups, I got this shield and one-hander that I use. Let me do a little bit of... Oh, time's up. Hopefully that wasn't too annoying. But to extend it just a minute or two, a slight brag, I got lucky enough, it was yesterday, I believe, and got this nice ultra rare drop charm to drop right here killing these things. Yesterday, it was really fortunate and awesome. So I had the T3 version of the secure charm on me before I was using. I put my Augs in this and used this, and I gave the other one to somebody in the guild because, you know, spread the wealth, man. I'm not going to give somebody this. I want to use this. But, you know, if somebody needs the thing I was using before, which is, there's not a lot of raiding going on, especially in our guild. They don't, I mean, some of them might do some with, when they can jump in with other guilds or something to do a current content rating now, maybe. I really don't know. I don't know. I know in previous X packs, people were raiding. I don't know. Rating's rating. I don't pay that much attention, but I have a feeling that there's a number of people still working on the T3 level of gear because they play more than one character at a time a lot. And I tend to focus. I have other characters, but I focus on one character at a time. So I tend to get to this level fairly quickly. Not super quick, but fairly quickly. There are people that get the stuff faster, but it's February. I have a an AUG, the last Type 7 AUG. I was able to scrounge up enough money. You can see EverQuest, modern EverQuest standards, this amount of plat is, I'm pretty poor. And this is the most, I got almost all my plat on this guy. I might have 500k plat on my mage, and then that's all the plat I have on this whole account, because I really had to scrounge to get that last Type 7 AUG when I saw it being sold in the bazaar. I tried to camp it a little bit, and it wasn't fruitful, and there's bots that are camping it, I think, or something, because there was like 3 or 4 of them being sold in the bazaar now finally, and I was like, okay, look, fine, it's overpriced. I'm gonna scrounge as much plat as I can, see if I can get it. I was able to, and I got it. You know, I'm embarrassed to say how much I paid for it, but it was overpriced. Let's leave it at that. So I just wanted the Type 7s to be out of the way so that I can just concentrate and just kind of get the Type 5 AUGs, which, if you're not sure what Type 5 and Type 7 AUGs are, I'll use this as an example, right? So this is Type 8, but Type 8 and 7 are interchangeable. This fits 7 and 8, right? So this is this type of thing. Okay, that's not a good example. Let me not use that as an example. Let's go somewhere else. What's in my head here? Okay, yeah, so this type 7/8 dog, okay, and it typically has AC, hit points, mana, blah blah blah, a bunch of stats that you feel are important to your character. For me, wisdom's important. Heroic wisdom, you want to stack as much of that as you can, at least that's what I do. And it's been serving me pretty well for groups and stuff, and twin casting my dots a little more often than I think even my Necro does. It's crazy. And it's got attack and this other standard stuff here, right? So those are the type 7s. Type 5s are like pure just stats, right? And for me, obviously being a wisdom caster, I get the ones each one of the type 5 Augs specialize. They have one stat that's really high. For this one, it's wisdom. And there are other ones, they might have strength, others maybe intelligence, whatever. Then they have the other things that are just a smattering of just other stuff. So type 5s you can kind of get when you get. For me anyway, is how I view it. But the type 7s to me are more important because it gives other stuff that helps you survive, as well as maybe some little extra heroic value of whatever stat's most important to you, whether it be stamina, dex, wisdom, intelligence, whatever. And there we go. So this is done. I'm done chilling and killing and talking. So this is O with EQ. You guys have a good one, and I'm out of here.